Hello everyone, in this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Samina Pasha to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Samina Pasha's words. Today's news items are important because the situation has escalated significantly. Instead of settling down, the matter seems to be spreading even further. I'm talking about the internal disagreements within Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, Ali Amin Gandapur, Alima Khan's statement, and the strange commotion that followed on social media. Then more names surfaced, and PTI workers started targeting them as well. All of this was happening when Mr. Junaid Akbar made further revelations, essentially opening another Pandora's box. He appeared on Hamid Mir's program today and expressed several grievances. We will present all of that to you, and also discuss what the possible overall end result of all this could be. On one side, PTI is tangled in internal conflicts, and on the other, one of their members has been abducted. So the series of state-level oppression against them continues, and meanwhile these people are not stepping back from their infighting either. All of this is happening simultaneously. Now, especially today, we'll talk about Mr. Trump, who seems quite serious about receiving the Nobel Peace Prize. Initially, we thought it might have just been a passing thought for him, but it appears he is taking it very seriously, so he's making efforts in that regard. Apart from that, there's relatively good news that a ceasefire agreement between Israel and Gaza is reportedly underway, and Donald Trump has played a central role in this too. So, what is this agreement? What can be expected from it? What could be the benefits? Are global dynamics on the verge of a major shift? It seems big developments are happening fast. Now, back to PTI's internal conflicts. The numerous and never-ending updates related to them, well, due to the establishment intentionally cutting off communications, a communication gap has emerged, which in turn has given rise to severe disagreements. Unfortunately, there is currently a serious lack of leadership. As a result, no single individual holds complete authority. Imran Khan clearly is the central figure of PTI. In fact, he is PTI. However, his connection with other members is currently severed. During this time, there is no one trustworthy enough to handle all these matters. Someone who enjoys everyone's trust, has leadership qualities, is bold enough to face the establishment, and also retains Imran Khan's and the workers' trust. Finding such a person seems so difficult it might require someone to be manufactured on order. Right now, it is clear that such a person is not available. So, the alternative solution would have been for everyone to understand their roles. Those with organizational authority should use it, those who can mobilize protests should do so, and those with legal acumen should focus on legal strategies. But what's actually happened is that everyone has become entangled in conflicts with each other. Certainly, some individuals are at fault, some have compromised, and some have serious suspicions hanging over their intentions. However, many are completely sincere and clean, but as they say, when a mud fight begins, even the clothes of bystanders get stained. That's what the situation looks like right now. For instance, Ali Amin Gandapur initiated this matter and managed to convince everyone, even getting it discussed in the political committee regarding the budget. But Salman Akram Raja said the agreement was only to pass the budget, not to do it so abruptly. He expressed surprise about how suddenly it happened. Yet many people began targeting Salman Akram Raja, accusing him of deliberately hiding things, even though he had said in a tweet that he was surprised by the move. He reiterated this in several longer tweets as well. He also said that now that it's done, and Imran Khan has approved it, it's time to move on. But instead of understanding his intent, people began calling him a traitor. Salal Kaka, who is also part of the political committee, has also come under fire. Today, he made an emotional tweet saying the political committee meeting is ongoing and he has asked everyone to resign so that Imran Khan can form a new committee that enjoys everyone's confidence, since no one seems to trust them anymore and no one would protest at their call. The situation has gotten so bad that Mina Khan Afridi, who was outside the High Court today, got into a scuffle with PTI workers present there. There was almost a physical altercation. It was very embarrassing. Salal Kaka referenced this incident, stating that if this continues, the very workers supposed to support them will attack them instead. So how can they lead any protest? He then suggested, perhaps sarcastically or seriously, I couldn't tell, that everyone should resign. His tone sounded hurt or reflective. On the other hand, Ali Amin Gandapur doesn't appear to be softening his stance. He seems even more rigid, insisting he doesn't owe anyone an explanation and will make decisions independently. But that's not the way things should work. He doesn't have regular access to Imran Khan, so he needs to work with others. He can't say he answers to no one, especially now when he's in the strongest position. That strength demands maturity and broad-mindedness, which, unfortunately, he seems to lack. He continues to make the most controversial statements, so whether this was a blunder or something done under pressure, it now needs to be managed, not worsened. But it continues to spiral out of control. And just when things couldn't get any worse, Junaid Akbar dropped another bombshell in Hamid Mir's show. His revelation may add to the controversies. He stated that when he organises rallies or protests, he doesn't get any support from the provincial government. He said that when he was appointed president 5 months ago, he expected cooperation from the party's provincial leadership. But that didn't happen. In fact, he said leaders like Sharam Tarakai and Asad Kaiser, who helped organise a rally in Swabi, later complained that their own funding was cut and they faced difficulties. Even some workers claimed actions were taken against them. When this issue was raised with Barrister Gohar, he reportedly started lamenting his own problems, saying he had been dealing with the DC for 6 months without resolution. So even senior PTI figures like Barrister Gohar, Asad Kaiser and Junaid Akbar are uncomfortable with the provincial leadership. They feel unsupported, and while workers criticise Junaid Akbar for failing to deliver in 5 months, he feels frustrated over the lack of internal support. All of this points to one individual at the centre, but that's another discussion. Of course, Junaid Akbar can be criticised for airing internal grievances publicly instead of resolving them within the party. But I believe these issues have been discussed internally too. When they realised they had no power and their concerns were being ignored, they felt forced to speak out publicly. Because when there's a proper party forum, there's also a leader, Imran Khan, who listens, mediates and decides. But when no such authority exists, discussions lead nowhere. That's likely why these people remained silent for 5 months and are now speaking up. I say this because even a couple of other core committee members told me the same thing. And Shahbaz Gar, he said multiple times in his vlogs that he stopped attending committee meetings for the same reason: things get too heated. Discussions take place, and then one has to hear such things that a person feels they shouldn't attend the next meeting at all. Today, Mr. Junaid Akbar also expressed the same sentiment. He said earlier too that he wasn't present in the party meeting. I've also learned from other sources that even people like Alia Hamza or others who are part of the core committee sometimes have to face very tough situations. So while heated discussions do happen because they don't lead to a satisfactory resolution, people start harbouring personal grudges like this person is against me or they said this to me. As a result, internal groupings within the party are becoming stronger. The biggest issue, once again, is the leadership gap. Imran Khan isn't present to sort out these issues. If he were, everyone would listen, accept his decision and not go further. That is what authority means, having someone whose word is final. That absence of leadership is causing all these issues to emerge. The second key player could have been Ali Amin Gandapur, but if Mr. Gandapur himself gets stuck in a position and refuses to accommodate anyone who disagrees with him, the problems will only worsen, not improve. This, I believe, is one of the main issues right now. Today, Junaid Akbar even said that there is a visible difference in narratives. On one hand, they're building an anti-establishment narrative. On the other, the provincial government presents a completely different one. He said, "We condemn drone attacks and the establishment's role in them," but Barrister Saif turns around and congratulates them. So where should they go? Whom should they approach to clarify the party's stance? This has happened several times. One side takes a certain stance while Barrister Saif or the KP government says something completely different. Once again, the problem is the absence of a clear authority figure to set and enforce a unified stance. When that's missing, everyone starts pushing their own version. Moving on, party issues continue unresolved. Today, there's news that in Mandi Bahoudin, the brother of PTI's MPA Haji Imtiaz, Ijaz Chowdhury, was taken from his house in a raid. No one knows where he is yet. Maybe tomorrow his arrest will be made official. This family has been constantly targeted. You might recall how they've frequently been in the news during the 26th Amendment issue and before that. Their mother's videos went viral too. She's elderly and frail. The women in the house even held press conferences. This family has been through a lot, but if the party itself is too caught up in internal fights to even raise their voice for their own leader, how will they raise it for anyone else? Another important issue is the budget. I noticed today that various journalists were pointing out that the budget has passed, but there are so many things in it that deeply concern the public: massive taxes, rising inflation, and so on. Yet, PTI failed to highlight them. There's a major sugar scandal, which the opposition could have used to pressure the government. There are massive issues with electricity bills. Farmers are suffering too, but PTI, distracted by internal conflicts, couldn't properly raise any of these issues. Even if they can't currently get Imran Khan released, the least they could do is perform their opposition role effectively, focus on public issues and highlight them. And all of this is happening while the current government is excessively oppressive, incompetent and corrupt. So much criticism could be directed at the government, yet most of the criticism ends up targeting PTI instead because of their own shortcomings. Whether it's Imran Khan not being visible or their internal disputes, all of it leads to more criticism of PTI. Just watch any talk show today. You'll see PTI's internal issues dominating the discussion. All this weakens the party, weakens the campaign for Imran Khan's release, and leaves PTI vulnerable to increased pressure from the state. When a wall is solid, people think twice before trying to break it. But if every brick is being pulled out from within by the party itself, that wall is already weak, so who will hesitate to attack it? This is the reality of the current situation. Today, another news story came to light that I must share. While talking about the government's inefficiencies, I remembered that yesterday there was a report that Islamabad's newly constructed Jinnah Square, a multi-billion rupee project, collapsed, just a few days after its inauguration. During the opening ceremony, they boasted about speed and quality. It cost around 3 to 4 billion rupees and was supposedly built in 84 days by Mohsin Naqvi. But the poor construction was exposed by the first light rainfall, which caused a complete collapse of one side of the road. Similarly, in Lahore, a massive pothole appeared on Link Road. The entire section had just been completed recently. These incidents reveal the level of corruption. Huge funds are allocated, but in the rush to complete projects quickly for publicity, the quality is compromised. Today, Mariam Nawaz was again seen out and about inspecting water accumulation after rain, pretending to be on a surprise visit without protocol. Yet, in the videos, you can clearly see at least 10 protocol vehicles around her. If you have officials, cameramen and protocol all present, who are you fooling? This is all just media stunts. And the reality? It only drizzled lightly today, yet electricity was out in many homes for hours. It's become routine in Pakistan. Light wind or a single drop of rain and the power goes out. Roads were waterlogged too. Lahore drains relatively quickly, but other parts of Punjab are in worse shape. I saw videos from cities like Pakpatan, Gujranwala and Rawalpindi showing streets flooded with water. These are the real issues, but no one is talking about them. Instead, discussions revolve around what Alima Khan said to Gandapur, how Gandapur responded, and so on. These are the topics dominating discourse. Lastly, there is an important piece of news. A ceasefire between Israel and Gaza appears imminent. Israeli media has reported on a possible agreement. It's being said that Saudi Arabia and Syria may soon officially recognize Israel. Similarly, Israel might also recognize a Palestinian state and release hostages. Billboards in Israel now show various Middle Eastern leaders alongside Donald Trump and Netanyahu, implying that the Middle East map is about to change dramatically. The message is clear. Arab countries are preparing to accept Israel, which may lead to regional stability. Donald Trump is being highlighted as playing a central role in this. He has long expressed his desire to win the Nobel Peace Prize. If a ceasefire really does happen, he may strengthen his case by saying, "Look, I solved Gaza too." If the war ends, we'll of course be thankful to God. Just yesterday, 84 people were martyred in bombings. So yes, if a ceasefire happens, we're grateful. But let's not forget, around 70,000 to 80,000 people have already been martyred. Millions have been displaced. Most victims were innocent civilians, children, ordinary people. They weren't terrorists. So if now someone claims credit for achieving peace after such devastation, it's shameful, and no one even talks about this. That wraps up our translation of Samina Pasha's video. I hope this English version helped you understand her message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.